Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. Let's talk about expectations in serious relationship and casual relationship. This video is more than that, but the opening clip is about that. If a man flies you out, should you be giving him something in return? Does that mean he's expecting something in return? Let's talk about it.
I'm probably old school, but when a man flies you out, ladies, when a man pays for your flight ticket to wherever, probably out of state, out of the country, wherever, flies you out, and the man takes responsibility for the bill, the booking, everything, your food, everything. You, the lady, in your mind, what do you think you're flown out to do? I just want to know, because I'm probably old school. What do you think you're flown out to go do there? And the reason why I'm asking this is because I just watched an episode with Tony Tone, and I saw a number of people still saying, oh, I mean, we could just spend time together. Then if you spend time together, what are you going to do? The doing is my own concern. Some people were saying, I mean, maybe he just wanted to see me. See me? How? How do you mean see me? Like, you guys, we're mature mindset. Let's talk. Let's really talk, guys. Like, let's talk for real.
No, he's not old school. He's saying it the way men think. This is men's logic. This is how they reason. I'm investing in you. This relationship is transactional. I'm willing to spend this amount of money on you for this in return. And they expect you to know about it. It's just like a man saying, if a man invites you to his house, what are you expecting? Are you not supposed to know that at the end of the day you're supposed to sleep with him, you're supposed to have sex with him? So this is how they reason. Male's logic, men's logic is their reasoning. But is it how it's supposed to be? Are you not supposed to communicate? Are you supposed to leave it to assumption? This is not common knowledge, but men think it is common knowledge. If a man spends on you, it's just like men taking women out on dates, and when women don't follow them home and sleep with them, they get angry, they get upset. Normal people don't behave like that. Normal people don't act like that. So why are you getting upset? I understand that flying someone out, spending all that money on someone is a lot of money. That does not equate to the person giving you sex back, because that conversation was not had. As women, it's normal for us to want to hang out, chill, without getting intimate. People look forward to that. Everything must not end up in you having sex. But with men, no. What they consider as fun is totally different from what we consider as fun. A man cannot just say, let's hang out and chill without getting intimate. The fun to them is the sex. They must have sex at the end of it. But to us women, the fun to us is not always sex. There are other ways to have fun other than it being sex, other than having sex, but it does not work that way with men. So understanding men, their logic and their reasoning would make life easier for you. Let's see how people are reacting to this in the comment section. This one says, you are not old school. You're just a misogynist who feel entitled to a woman's body because you spent a bit of money. The real question is, why would a man feel entitled to a woman's body because he spent a few dollars? God forbid a girl just wants a free vacation. It does not happen. There's no free vacation. You cannot chill with men. They would rather chill with their friends and sleep with you as a woman. So to most men, whatever business they have with women has to end with sex. That is it. They see us as a tool for that. It's all about sex. So you cannot say, let me hang out and chill with this person. It doesn't work with a lot of men. They would rather do that with their friends, and they see that to be waste of time. Why should they spend their money and come chill with you? Like, is it that they don't have other things to do? A man flew me out just to see me. He booked and paid for everything. We ate and did touristy stuff. All he got was a hug because he's a man, not a body who felt entitled to my body because he spent money. This is what you're saying, but that man, did he feel that same way? Some of them might have that deep down in their mind, in their heart, and they'll just be waiting for the right time to strike, waiting for you to give them the opportunity. And if that opportunity doesn't come, they will act like they never wanted that in the first place. So don't be here talking about your man, oh, he did this. Did you see through his heart? Did you see what he was thinking? Even as a woman, I'm going there waxed and clean. If you don't want him, don't go. Okay, I get it. It's because of the way men are. to them, if they're spending a given amount of money on you, they expect sex in return. And people assume it's supposed to be common knowledge. And this is what this lady is saying. If you don't want him, don't go. So you going with him already in the first place means that you understand what the situation is and you're willing to give in. But it's not common knowledge. It's not supposed to be that way. That is what I'm saying. But this is what men do. Some women might be oblivious, like truly oblivious to the situation. They might be too naive to understand what it is. This one said, we are all grown here and we obviously know what some men expect. This is why women need to get with men who have the same morals and values as them, so they don't feel pressured into doing anything they don't feel comfortable doing. And this is the case with so many women out there, because that man has done a lot for them without even saying this is what they want in return. Those women are being forced, pressured to give in. Not everyone spreads bomb because a man bought a flight for dinner. This lady says, I've had guys offer to pay for trips for both of us. If it's not someone I'm interested in, and I'm usually not, I decline. I understand that there are expectations on their end that I'm not willing to meet. Yeah, she's been honest, and I think I've experienced something like this. I don't really vibe with you. You're saying, oh, let's travel to a different country and spend a couple of days there. This person was talking about going to Paris at that time, I think so, and we should spend a couple of days together. Then I was way younger. In my head, I was like, when we get there, what should we be doing? What are we going to be discussing? I don't understand. Are we going to stay in separate rooms? I didn't ask all these questions. I was just saying in my head, of course, big no. But when I got home, I was thinking about it. I was like, is this person okay? Are you for real? The main reason for that invite was obviously saying, oh, let's go have sex in another country, because that was how I read it. I felt offended, but that was what the person was asking for. Crazy. This one said, girls in the comment section, please be real. If he just wants to spend time with you, why can't you all do it at home? How would a man fly you out just to enjoy your presence? Make honor they tell on ourselves the truth. First things first, you never fly to meet a man. Let him come to you. I don't think you're talking about them flying to meet the man. No, the man flew her out on vacation, whatever it is.
What's your age?
36.
Are you single?
I am.
How long have you been single now?
I've been single for roughly 2 years.
What shot you out of your last relationship into this 2-year streak?
I didn't think the partner that I was with was viable enough to be my wife. She was qualified to be my girlfriend, but wife, no.
What's the difference between the two?
A wife inspires me. A wife motivates me. A wife gives me a level of comfort that I cannot find from any partner. But in Miami, unfortunately, the women are not as viable as you would want in a wife. However, you have nuances where you have short, long-term, 6 months, 8 months, but for life, no.
But how long did it take you to realize that she wasn't fully wifey material?
90 days.
So you only dated her for 3 months?
No, within 90 days, I realized that she was not viable for marriage, but I kept it going because, shit, going back to the streets is not a good look.
So you stayed with her even though you didn't really want to?
Absolutely, because I was focused on my career. I own a law firm, working for immigrants, working for criminal defendants, working for personal injury victims is my purpose. Being outside in the streets, it's a challenge. It's expensive, it's time consuming. In addition, I got but so much sperm.
How long was this relationship?
In total, 6 months total. 3 months, I was committed. I was very, very much into the relationship. The other 3 months, it was phasing out.
How'd you finally break it to her to get back into the single world?
Valentine's Day, I went to dinner with her. I dropped her home. I didn't sleep with her. She knew it was over.
He said she wasn't viable enough. What was he looking for? To me, what he described was he was looking for a personal coach, a life coach. He wanted her to be his life coach. And when he knew he no longer wanted her, he kept stringing her along because he didn't want to go out there on the streets. His career was more important to him at that given point in time. So he used her. When he was done using her, he dumped her. She wasn't viable enough. When he was explaining what that meant, all I heard was me. He never said, I would do this. I would be this to her. I would assist her. I would support. I never heard that. All I heard was to me. me. Are we wrong to say men truly don't care about women? They see us as a tool to get things done. They want us to be their therapists. They want us to be their mothers. They want us to be their preachers, their pastors, their sex workers, their cleaners, their maid. The list keeps going on and on and on. What then do we get in return? What exactly do women get in return? Nothing. Aside baby. Nothing. This does not apply to all men, but this is what is common out there. Let's see how people are reacting to this in the comment section. This one said, he's looking for a husband to another tailor. I pray knowing genuinely that I want a man that wants marriage as well, but I would hate for a man to stay with me and waste my time knowing I'm not potential and worthy to him. He knew from the beginning, but he used her for 6 months. Imagine being the woman and watching this. Ouch. It hurts. Yeah, painful. We listen, we don't judge. No, I listen and I judge on this particular one. This is coming from a man. He knows what he wants. There are many differences between choosing someone as a girlfriend and choosing someone as a wife. Very few are suitable as wives. I've spoken about this before. When men talk about a woman as wifey, a wifey material, they're talking about a doormat. Someone they can easily control, dominate, manipulate, everything negative. That is what they are talking about. If they get with you and then they realize that you're not that kind of a person, they cannot easily mold you, they cannot easily bend you, they will dump you and tag you a bad person. You don't have a good character, you're not a wife material enough. Please don't be fooled. Men are looking for women they can control. That's what they mean by wife material. Why leave her on Valentine's Day? That girl will never forget that. They also do that intentionally to keep hurting you. He saw every other day, but he chose to break up with her on Valentine's Day. How wicked can someone be? After stringing her along without telling her his true intentions, after using her for sex and every other thing, he chose to break up with her on Valentine's Day. This one said, ladies, how many of us stayed in a relationship that we knew from the first day was not for us, but we stayed anyway because we didn't want to be single? Don't blame him. We all gave chances hoping the guy will change. This is the big difference. Women stay with the hope that that man is going to change, with the hope that they can change that man to become the person they want the man to be. No, with men, no. You have to become that person before they will accept you. You have to come that way. They are not about to change you to that person. They already know that you are not the person they want. They don't have the hopes of you changing to becoming that person. They already know you are not what they want, but they still choose to waste your time. With women, even from the get-go, women know, oh, you might not be the person I'm looking for, but they have this hope of changing you to becoming that person. So the difference is clear. Don't blame him. We all gave chances hoping that the guy would change, and he never did. So we knew that it's time to go, but we couldn't just get up and leave. Or worse, he hurts us and leaves instead, and we regret that we should have left when we wanted. I think this lady should speak for herself, honestly. I'm not saying that some women don't do this. Like this woman, she does it and she's openly accepting it and letting us know. But I don't think a lot of women do this. Women do it, but not as rampant as men do. Men use women for placeholders a lot compared to women using men as placeholders.
I'm about to tell y'all a very important secret about all men, whether gay, straight, liberal, conservative, masculine, feminine. This is a secret fact about all men that's going to sound arbitrary until you have to use it. All men pick girl characters in video games because we are all very secretly jealous of how cool and customizable the feminine aesthetic looks like in person, in video games, in media, in movies. Being a girl looks so fucking cool. To the degree where men, especially straight men, know that the only part about being a woman, but like, and I'm talking about like including the periods, including pregnancy, including all of that, being a woman still looks so cool that straight men know that the only like thing that burdens a woman is a man. Men are very envious of the fact that like what's standard for a man, especially when it comes to like aesthetic, is like either like skinny little Twinkie boy or like big buff construction worker. And like as far as attire goes, you get blue jeans, white shirt, and sneakers. That's as much as they think that you can do. And they are very like bothered by that, to the point where the only control that they feel that they have over that is to make women as miserable as men feel like they are. Like, I'll speak for me personally. If it wasn't for the fact that I have just an appendage of meat in between my legs, I would wear skirts. Skirts look so cute, especially like a cute little mini skirt. And also heels. I remember I first had this thought. I was like, girl clothes look so much cooler than guy clothes. When y'all had y'all thigh-high boots era, man, I wanted to be a girl so bad. And I'm not saying it's like I would wear that stuff right now. That's just not my current aesthetic. But yeah.
Why are men in general not working to decenter women in the same way that women are working to decenter men?
It's actually interesting, but the answer is pretty simple. It's because we don't need to. Most of us have never actually centered women in the first place. Even the men, right, who do nothing but chase women, who are bums except for living, dying and breathing for women. They've never centered women a day in their life. They are centering themselves. Their lust, their ego, their love of the chase, and the reward of getting the girl. The ego boost and the pride of being a guy who gets girls. That's what they center themselves, right? And you can also see this more generally, right? There is a big conversation for men about controlling lust. It's not decentering women. It's we need to control our lust, control ourselves. So even when it sounds like it's about women, it's really about us, our own impulses, our own discipline. But woman isn't centered. She's either the test on one side or the trophy on the other side. And it's a fact. A lot of men believe if they become a man of value, they'll get the girl they want. So in that sense, the woman becomes the proof of value. She's not the purpose or the goal. She's simply the proof. The girl is a confirmation that you are a real man. So yes, we center ourselves, but it's not freely. We center ourselves through the prison of masculinity. Just like women are conditioned to serve men, we're conditioned to serve the concept of being a man. Whether that's being a provider, being a protector, being dominant, respected, the list goes on and on. We all know what it is, right? And men and women reinforce this concept. We will say, if we don't like something a man did, oh, he's just a boy, he's not a man. A real man does this. A real man never does that. That's the script, right? And we've built society around that. The problem right now is, as society changes, those masculine roles, they get harder and harder to live out. Women have more freedom, more autonomy, more choice. And suddenly, right, a lot of men, a lot of us, we don't have the ability to live up to the old stereotypes. The average man now, he can't provide anymore. Women are getting educated at higher rates than most men. Women under 30 are buying properties at a higher rate than most men. So we don't know what makes us men anymore. If she provides for herself, where does that leave our role? If she leads, is that a threat to our authority? If she's self-sufficient, then how do we provide? Is that not emasculating? And that's where you see the insecurity creeping. That's why our sense of self can collapse so fast. Not because she emasculated us, but because our masculinity was conditional. And now we can't meet those conditions anymore. And that's when masculinity turns fragile, right? We cling to control, to dominance, to hierarchy, because we're scared to lose our role. And this is what no one wants to admit. Most of us don't want to reinvent ourselves. We don't want infinite choice. What we want is orientation. We need a clear path, a clear role, a clear reason to be. And that's why we see men grasp into tribalism, ideology, nostalgia, the red pill, religion, because freedom, true freedom is a burden, right? It creates anxiety. If everything's a choice, then nothing is given. You're not a man because you fight. You're not a man because you work or provide or marry or you're strong or any other rite of passage. You're a man because you say so. But what if you don't know what to say? And that's the biggest problem right now. So no, men don't need to decenter women. What we need to do is decenter ourselves. Decenter the self as man, the identity we were handed, right? And we need to rebuild it with purpose. Not what makes us look like men, but what makes us feel like ourselves. It's a hard concept to grasp, but decenter the self. Anyway, it's just my opinion, I may be wrong.
Women are obviously not the only victims. Men are also victims to this patriarchy system. Imagine you living your life based on concept, based on fulfilling what the society expects you to fulfill. A lot of men out there don't see themselves as humans, and it explains why they don't treat us women as humans or even view us women as humans. It's all about status for them. They see us as a tool that builds up their status. They cannot exist without us. They want women by all means, and having a woman as a man is an ego boost. The society is very smart. I see the game, I see the strategy. What is the end goal? To control humans and to have the population going. A man's proximity to a woman gives him a sense of worth, not my making. Patriarchy made it so. And that proximity is very important for reproduction to take place. That's why marriage is very important. Relationship is very important. Keeping the lineage going is very important. Think about it. What are the things that are more valuable to men in life? Children, sex, money, women. The sad thing is this: a lot of men never wanted this path, but because they were born into it, they are left clueless, not even understanding that life is not meant to be this way, but that their fellow humans made it this way. A lot of men are not living their true life. They are not being who they are ought to be as humans. The society is a destruction to not just women alone, but also to men. When I say the society, I mean the patriarchy system.
The feminism, equality, venom is demonic. This feminism, equality, venom is demonic. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's very demonic. No man listens to you when you feel you're equal to him.
Equality venom is poisonous. To be honest, I'm not surprised. Mama, you're a man. It's going to be poisonous. It's going to be demonic. Because you're a man, you benefit from patriarchy, you benefit from misogyny. I would honestly be surprised if he was saying something else. This is not news. And I just laugh because he said venom, which means something that is poisonous. So feminism is poisonous. He said demonic, which means he's saying feminism is satanic, which means it comes from Satan. Feminism at its core is women fighting for equality and fighting for their rights. Rights to so many things. Life at the forefront. So women fighting for themselves, fighting for their rights, fighting to live, first of all, is demonic. Women should have no rights. Women should always be seen as less, and somehow it is demonic. There's a lady I heard the lady's voice in that video that was saying yes sir. She does not know that the reason she can say yes sir, open her mouth in church to say yes sir, is because of feminism. She most likely does not know. A lot of women like that are clueless, but yeah. But honestly, feminism did not start in 2025. That's just this. I have sad news for you, Mr. Preacher. Feminism did not start this year. It's not going to end this year. Get with the program. Get with the program. A lot of women are evolving. They are evolving. They are demanding their rights. They know that they will not be treated less solely because of their gender. And there's nothing you can do about it, really. Really nothing.
I'm a man and I completely endorse women disentering men from their lives. As a man, I've seen that women would have a higher quality of life if they did not outsource their happiness, their well-being, their worth to men. A lot of women have seen it. As a man who has aunts, sisters, a mother and nieces, I can tell you this now: if women would focus on themselves more and dissenter men from their lives, it will be better. And I'm not saying they must not talk to men or entertain men and be relationships with men. I'm saying they must not make men the center of everything. They must work for themselves. They must provide for themselves. They must go out and find worth that is outside relationships and outside the achievement of marriages. This whole thing of centering the other gender only works for men. I have achieved a lot in my life as soon as I decided that I like women and I want to impress them. I went to the gym, I made more money, I got more focus, because what impresses women is like self-improvement for a man. What impresses men, on the other hand, is more like self-suppression for women. So I, for one, see that women would be better off if they would focus on themselves and let men be an addition in their lives. I know you want to have kids, I know you want romance and all of that thing, but your quality of life significantly drops when you center men in your life. Some women even don't choose the careers they want. They don't choose the jobs they want. Some have to stay at home because their man is insecure about their workplace because they have centered men in their lives. You have made so many bad decisions in your life as a woman because you value your life through the lens of a man than your life through your own lens. Disentering men really helps a lot of women in South Africa and the world probably.
Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.